Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, प्रणाम संकीर्तन की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये, नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी, कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय नंद गोपाल कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for Friday afternoon Bhagavad-Gita class. So here we are discussing on chapter 9 of Bhagavad-Gita. Title is The Most Confidential Knowledge. And in continuation today we will read Srila Prabhupada translation and purport from verse number 6. And before that we will chant the verse. So please repeat after me, and then I request devotees who want to just chant the verse. So it is Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 9, verse number 6. यथा आकाशे स्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मतस्थान्यत्युपधारय यथा आकाशे स्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मतस्थान्यत्युपधारय यथा आकाशे स्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मतस्थान्यत्युपधारय
आकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् सर्वाणि भूतानि मतस्थान्यत्युपधारय
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थान इति उपधारय
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानेति उपधारय यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि
Mataji.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानेति उपधारय यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानेति उपधारय
यथाकाशस्थितो
नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानेति उपधारय
Krishna, we will take word to word meaning. Yatha, just as Akash is sthitah, situated in the sky, Nityam, always, Vayu, the wind, Sarvatra, blowing everywhere, Mahan, great, Tatha, similarly, Sarvani Bhutani, all created beings, Matasthani, situated in me, iti, thus, upadharaya, try to understand. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me. Purport: for the ordinary person, it is almost inconceivable how the used material creation is resting in him. But the Lord is giving an example which may help us to understand. The sky may be the biggest manifestation we can conceive, and in that sky, the wind or air is the biggest manifestation in the cosmic world. The movement of the air influences the movements of everything. But although the wind is great, it is still situated within the sky. The wind is not beyond the sky. Similarly, all the wonderful cosmic manifestations are existing by the supreme will of God, and all of them are subordinate to the supreme will. As we generally say, not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, everything is moving under His will. By His will, everything is being created, everything is being maintained, and everything is being annihilated. Still, He is aloof from everything, as the sky is always aloof from the activities of the wind. In the Upanishads, it is stated, Yad Bhisha Vatah Pavate. It is out of the fear of the Supreme Lord that the wind is blowing. Taittiriya Upanishad 2.8.1. In the Brahad Aranyak Upanishad 3.8.9, it is stated, Etasya va aksharasya prasasane gargi Surya Chandramasau Vidhartau Tishthar Etasya va aksharasya prasasane gargi Dyav aparthivyo vibhratau tishthatah. By the supreme order, under the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the moon, the sun, and the other great planets are moving. In the Brahma Samhita 5.52, also it is stated, Yad chakshurese savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramurtir ases tejaha Yajyayasya brahmati sambrata kala chakro govindam adi purusam tamaham bhajami. This is a description of the movement of the sun. It is said that the sun is considered to be one of the eyes of the Supreme Lord, and that it has immense potency to diffuse here heat and light. Still, it is moving in its prescribed orbit by the order and the supreme will of Govinda. So, from the Vedic literature, we can find evidence that this material manifestation, which appears to us to be very wonderful and great, is under the complete control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This will be further explained in the later verses of this chapter. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sarvana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sarvana Lalita Shri Visakanitascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschasya Deshakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. So I again welcome all the assembled Vaishnavas here. I just beg your blessings. Please bless me so I can repeat the words which I either reading from Acharya's books or hearing from the Vaishnavas from the few days back here. His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu was here and he gave big seminar on who is qualified to sit in Vyasasana and who can speak. So if anyone remembers what Prabhu said, so I am totally unqualified to follow. I cannot say that, but myself for sure, I'm not qualified to sit here and speak. But as Prabhu said, like for our own purification or trying to repeat the words of our acharyas, that's only like we can attempt. And by the blessings of all the assembled devotees, I will try that. I will try them. So please bless me, especially Shriman Prabhuji, who is my Siksha Guru. I'm just in his center for years together. I've not seen anyone else for that regular years of my practice. We are together from my day one. Prabhu was from his college time and he was, as we know, is where Prabhu is. But my first day I started with the Prabhu's association and still he is guiding me, tolerating. So I'm always thankful to Prabhu and all other Vaishnavas. Otherwise, it will be not possible for us to remain in the center of the devotees. So here today, we are in verse number 6. So it means we have completed 5 verses of this very wonderful chapter. The most important chapters of the Bhagavad-Gita are these 2 chapters given by our acharyas, which is 9 and 10 chapter. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he mentioned like after the 4 Vedas, Mahabharata is the 5th Veda. It is considered by the acharyas. So Mahabharata is the 5th Veda, and the essence of Mahabharata is these 18 chapters of Bhishma Parva, which comes from chapter 25 to chapter 42. I think these are the 18 chapters of Bhishma Parva in Mahabharata, which is Bhagavad-Gita. So Mahabharata is essence of the Vedas, and essence of Mahabharata is Bhagavad-Gita, and essence of Bhagavad-Gita are these 2 chapters, which is chapter 9 and 10. So somehow or other, by all the Vaishnavas' mercy, so we continued our journey of reading Srila Prabhupada purports from first chapter, each verse, each of Srila Prabhupada translation and purports. We reached to this chapter, and we are continuing here. So as we see from verse 1, just I will just recap in very short words the previous verses. So the first verse and second verse here, Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So usually it is said, means when Lord Shri Krishna he talks. So if there is some, like a something is asked to the Lord, so he is replying. Like Arjuna is asking and the Lord is replying. Sometimes the acharyas they say Lord himself is in such ecstasy, like he is not waiting. Like Arjuna will ask something and then I will say. The Lord himself he comes and he tells. So this is what, because of the last two chapters we heard about the Lord, which is Guhyatar. We were hearing the first six chapters are Guhya, because there is the knowledge given about the body and the soul. So that is Guhya. Because for us, definitely, I was thinking why it is Guhya, because of from the day one, from Srila Prabhupada teachings, we are trying to understand we are not this body, we are the soul. But still, the realization is not there. So it means it is Guhya. Then higher than is the Guhyatar, which is Lord about himself is telling in the seventh chapter and eighth chapter. It is about the Lord, and then the Lord himself is glorifying his devotees and the devotional service. So it means the devotional service, that is the most confidential part in the whole process of this bhakti, and that Lord Sri Krishna, he could not control and he himself started glorifying this pure devotional service in the first and second verse of this chapter. So he started by saying like he selected Arjuna, and he is going to speak through Arjuna to us. And there he told why he chose Arjuna actually. If we have to see that first verse, so he mentions that Anusuyave, because you are non-envious. So here I think we already, even I remember Prabhu also quoted the verse of Narottam Das Thakur. We discussed of that verse where he says काम कृष्ण कर्मार्पणे क्रोध भक्त द्वेषी जने लोभ साधु संगे हरि कथा मोह इष्ट लव विने मद कृष्ण गुण गाने नियुक्त करे वो यथातथ. So he, Narottam Das Thakur, in that shloka, he is talking about Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh. But he is not talking about the Matsarya, about the envious. So all he is saying, by our like efforts under the guidance of the pure devotees, we can convert our karma, which is for the material things, if the same enthusiasm we invest in the devotional service with the devotees, so it will be purified. The same way our anger also can be purified. But he is not talking about the enviousness. So here, Lord Sri Krishna, he is telling Arjuna, like, I selected you because you are non-envious. So this is how this chapter it began. And if you remember the Srimad Bhagavatam also, it starts with that. Dharma projit kaitavo atra nirmato dharma projit kaitavo atra paramo nirmatsaranam sata. So nirmatsar, there nirmatsar also is the same non-envious. Sata means for the devotees. So very beginning means the Bhagavatam starts with that. Here is the most confidential knowledge. Lord Sri Krishna is started here revealing that. So he is telling it will be revealed. Although we will read this Bhagavad-Gita is eternal. It is from the time when the Lord is there, the Bhagavad-Gita is also available from that time. And now we will understand with these further verses how this Bhagavad Gita is there, but it is not understood by how many devotees who understands Bhagavad Gita? Very few. Although it's available all over the world, the most followed scripture in all over the world is Bhagavad Gita. And by all type of the people, either it is a scientist or they are the philosophers or they are politicians or whoever is there worldwide. The most followed book is Bhagavad-Gita, but maybe understood by few only. So this is how here Lord he is saying, is how it will be understood is if somebody is like whom Lord is choosing. So we have to pray to Lord. We have to practice in a way like we can move forward in the same way how Lord wants us. Lord here is telling, okay, if you follow this, then this knowledge will be open to us. Otherwise, we'll read it and again we will hear it, but it will remain, like unfolded to us, mysterious. It will be unfolded to us. So then the second verse, he talked the essence of this whole chapter actually. What is this knowledge? Is the Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam, Pratyakshavagamam, Dharmyam, Susukham Kartum. Like that, he just, if we have to see, it is again the essence of this whole chapter is this second verse. After talking this, then suddenly Lord, he came to third verse, and there he started Arsardhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrita Sansara Vartmani. So there he said, those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. So here Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he said, after talking this most confidential knowledge, then suddenly why the Lord again came to Asardhana Purusa there. So our acharyas, they gives the tika in a way like where the Lord and the pure devotees, they are understanding each other. So Lord Sri Krishna, when he told this, so he is talking this to Arjuna, he is hearing, so he could understand from Arjuna's, like how he is receiving. Like Arjuna, then he is thinking, it is such a confidential knowledge. Here, everything is revealed here. It is Raj Vidya, Raj Goyam, Pavitram, Idamuttamam, everything is there. So then after that, there's supposed not to be any living entities in this material world, because everything is such a pure thing, everything is here. Then why this? If this is given, then how anyone can remain here? So that question came in Arjuna's mind. So that is how when Lord understood, and then he is telling this third verse. So what is the reason? Still we see this world is full of the population, right? It is increasing. It is not reduced, it is increasing. Although this the most confidential knowledge, everything Lord he revealed, but still the people remains here. So here, by understanding Arjuna's mind, Lord said Asradhana, because there is no Shraddha in the people. Because the people, most of the people, they are faithless. And this is the reason why we are remaining here. And in this, like I was just before that remembering the verse, maybe we repeated that verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, where it is a Shraddha Sabde Kahe, Shraddha Sabde Vishwas Kahe, Sudhrid Nishya, Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krata. So this is how, very, very essence, very point, means like just pinpoint of exactly what Shraddha is. That is Lord Chaitanya, he is revealing in that verse. Shraddha Sabde Vishwas Kahe Sudhid Nishya, Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krita. If I will perform the devotional service of Lord Shri Krishna, whatever is needed for me, everything will be taken care. If that faith is there, then means like that is the success, that is what it is required. This is asadhana. Then what is the reason? Actually, again, we have to see the scriptures are there. somehow most of us, I believe we are Indians only. We took birth in the land of Bharat Bhumi. So it is the land mentioned means there will be not one particle which will be not touched by the pure rishis and munis. There will be not a single particle of the land. Means everywhere that land is touched by the pure rishis, munis, means pure devotees. So from that land we took birth, right? But now we are seeing we are also struggling, and some of us Indians, we are trying to show ourselves more Western than the Westerns. We are trying to show them we are more advanced than you in your way. But this is how it happens. So why it is happening when everything is given by Lord and it is there, and our is still till today there are many rishis, many devotees, they are following in India. So if we want to know that, we can know that still there are devotees who are practicing this whatever is given to us till now. But we are going for some other thing. We are searching something else. We are not. We don't want that. So that's why it is not known to us. So why this is there? Why the asardhana? So then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is saying it is because of the arthavad. He used that word is the arthavad. And then he said, what is arthavad? So like we in our 10 offenses that word comes, that term comes there. So what is arthavad? So there he is giving example of like a shopkeeper. So when you go to buy something in a shop, so that shopkeeper, he will tell you, just believe on me. This my product. If you roam in the whole market, you will not get like my product. This is the best one I am giving you. Believe me, and you take it. Right? We hear that from the shopkeepers. So this happened. Actually, everybody is selling his product in a way like then wherever you are going, everybody is saying the same. Advertising them. Then everybody is confused. What is the real knowledge? What I have to follow? What not to follow? Because if you open any of the book, anyway, there it is praised in a way like they will say, no, this is the topmost. This is the best. And this is what we are seeing now. If we just start discussing with some other people, can we just establish that no, what is anybody even open to hear and understand and accept? No, everybody they are saying no. Whatever like what I am doing is the best, right? Even knowing them, sometimes it happens when some discussion comes with someone, we know what they are talking, but we cannot tell them where you are. So this is the reason why asardhana means why the Shraddha is not, because the market is full of that. Like everybody is telling he's having the best thing. So the best thing is, like it is hidden only in the heart of the pure devotees. And like the pure devotees, they will be not like available within like where the crowd is there, where everybody else is in a race. In that race, we will not see they are there. So to search such a people, it is a completely different approach. We have to go totally in a different way. Then only we can see them. And once one devotee very nicely he was telling, like today also, if we see in India, by whatever the way they say is who is the most famous spiritual leader of India. So there are many names. If we see in Google and that all, I don't know what is their way of surveying them and saying that, but there will be many names. They said maybe like our Gaudiya Vaishnavas or our Srila Prabhupada, I think 3 or 4% of the people also doesn't know who Srila Prabhupada is. So he said why it is, because of it is like a diamond shop. So in a diamond shop, how many people they go and visit there? But if you go in a other market, the vegetable market or fish market, so there will be a full crowd. So to know the pure devotee, at least you should have some qualification, right? If we don't have the qualification, how we know who the pure devotee is? And most of the population, they don't know. They are not coming to associate with the devotees, and they don't know. That's why Srila Prabhupada is not known by most of the people in India also. Right. So here it is asadhana, and this is coming because of that arthavada. This is how this third verse it talks. And after knowing the mind of Arjuna, there how he thought of when this pure thing is there, then why the situation looks the same, no change. Everybody is struggling here, and we are in a cycle of repeated birth and death. Everything looks the same, no change. Then he talked of this. Then Lord, he thought of like this asadhana and the arthavad, and somehow Lord, he is trying here to remove our that confusion or of the sincere devotees, like who really sincerely they want to know and follow something. Then what Lord is doing from this verse number 4 to next 7 verses up to verse number 10, I believe, there the Lord is talking about his Aishwarya. So he is telling all his opulences. And by those opulences, one can try to understand the Lord. So after that, if someone is sincere, so he may come by the Lord's mercy by like sincere efforts. If he is sincere to know that what is good, what is right, what is wrong. So Lord, he reveals all his opulences in these verses. And by that, this is what Lord he wanted us to know that, and then again he will come to the message after taking the shelter of the Lord by knowing him. Then he will again reveal. This is how these verses they are moving. So here we are in those verses where Lord he is revealing his some opulences to Arjuna. So this verses like here we have not much time also. So fourth verse here what it says, the translation is by me in my unmanifested form. This entire universe is pervaded. So this is something which is by the material mind, it is inconceivable. The Lord is saying by me in my unmanifested form. My unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So it's a something means like the opulence which no one else other than the Lord can tell that. So to understand, once one understood this, then really he will say, no, there is a difference between him, which is not in me, which I have not seen within ourselves in any beings, but how the Lord is proving here. So if it is there, then definitely he can be the Lord. So that's why Lord he's revealing his opulences here. And here in the fourth verse, it is mentioned like the knowledge related to material objects can be perceived through the material senses. We have the material senses and we can see some material objects only by these material senses, but not about Supreme Lord. because he is Abhyakta Murti. He is not manifested in front of us. So it's a difficult for us. Means like we want to know like until and unless we have not seen something pratyaksha, it is said it's very difficult to believe on that and move forward. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Still, some doubt sometimes will come in our mind. Is there or not? So here, Lord, he mentioned he is all pervaded, right? He is all pervaded. But here the example is today's verse also in the 6th verse, it is coming the example of the sky and the air. So here in the 4th verse also, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, like the air pervades in the entire space, similarly the Lord's transcendental form pervades this entire universe. Can we believe on that? He is everywhere. I remember always like His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, he said like we watch something live in television. So all these like the waves of multiple channels live will be there in the air, but which one you can see, which you will tune your channel. So if you tune your particular channel, you can see that live in the TV, but those waves are there in the air everywhere. But can we see that? No. So for that, what the qualification Maharaj he said, you have to tune your TV. You need that TV, and you have to tune on that. Then you can see that live. So although the Lord he pervades everywhere, he is there. He is there. But we need some premanjana charita bhakti vilochane. We need that prema anjana in our eyes. We cannot see with the material eyes. So he is there. So it is here because he is a transcendental. He pervades this entire universe. It is like it is there. He is there. He's everywhere. Yesterday we saw the drama, right? That was the doubt of Hiranyakashipu. If the Lord is everywhere, and as a pure devotee of Lord Prahlad Maharaj, he said yes. Yes, he is there. Wherever you tell, he is there. Right? And we saw that how Lord Nrsimha he appeared. But we don't have the faith. What can be done? We don't have the faith. He is there. So it is in the whole universe. That form cannot be seen with material senses, and one Lord is here. The example is given. One Lord is present in at a time with billions of gopis. He is a one Lord, but same time with the billions. Prabhu said 4 billion, 3 billion, 3 billion gopis, and with the different gopis, same Lord is there. Or we say 16,108 palaces, he is there. When he comes out to go somewhere for some of his other, like when the devotees they call him, so he goes there. So he comes from 16,800 palaces, he becomes one, goes with them, again comes back and becomes again 16,108. And all the queens, they are thinking he is with me only. So he is everywhere. So how he was with the billions of gopis? Because his Swarupa pervades everywhere. So this is the Acharya, because he's like Swarupa it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But the lacking is we don't have the qualification to see him. We don't have the qualification. So this is like here he is saying like all beings are in me, but I am not in them. So I am everywhere, and everything rests in me. So this is here the Lord is saying, although it is a topic of the verse which we already discussed, so I cannot even go into more detail on that. Then the 5th verse, here the Lord he says, and yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold, my mystic opulence, although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. So here it is again in a short, I will touch that. So it is mentioned he is everywhere, but is still not there because Lord is not attached to it. So this is the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What is the reason? Just I was after going through of this, I was thinking like we spend most of our time in our office and with the your workplace. But how much we can say we are attached to the people who are with us, right? So we are there, but one way we are not with them, right? So Lord don't want to see us. So he's telling we don't want to see them, so Lord don't want to see us. No, it's okay. Recording is there, it's okay, Prabhu. So we are discussing something which is
Without name, yes.
yeah, without name, or it is like we can relate, because here the today's verse also, the example is a material example, and we can relate everything with the material example. So it is not like we are something going beyond the subject. It is a subject only. So just to relate it, like how many people we go around and we meet them, but are we attached? We're not attached to that. So the attachment, here the main thing what Lord is saying is because he's not attached to what he created. That's why he is there and he's not. No. So this is the quality which Lord is looking for us. We are attached to, I think, everything, even which is not ours also. Which is ours, that is, we will say, no, it is mine. But which to the far also, which is not ours, we are attached to that also. Why it is not for me, right? Which even we think it is my capacity is not there, still we think like why it is not to me. This is we. But the Lord, he created everything, is detached. You think that if something you are detached of that, it is yours, you are there in that, you are not in that, right? So this is how here the Lord he is teaching us. This is the here where he is saying he is there and he is not there. So how it can be at a time can be with this quality. So this is in this 5th verse it comes, because Lord is not attached to it. So if it is so, then it will break your all pervading nature. This is how this Acharya's Tika, when we heard that, it is like some the people who want to argue on that the statement of the Lord. Like you said, I am in this universe, and you are saying I am not there also. So it means you are, once you are saying I am all pervaded, but now you are saying I am here in this manifested universe, and same time I'm not there. It means you are that nature of all pervaded is not. It is not then becoming like a. It is not establishing that truth what you are saying, because you are saying I'm not there also. It means that much time you are not pervading there. So this is the people who want to just say in that Prabhu was telling it is a Purva Paksha, means like who want to oppose that statement or argue on that. So they will say, if you are saying you are not pervaded, then it means it is breaking your that statement. So you cannot be the shelter or sustainer of everyone because of you are not there. So then Lord will say, this is my extraordinary opulence, which maybe is not conceived by us. It will be not. So here he used the term is Agatit Ghatna. Agatit Ghatna means ki, which is not even happened in our between ourselves. This is something which is not happening within ourselves. So this is that what Lord is saying. He is He's all pervaded, but he is not there also. So it is Agatit Ghatna, and he used here another term is Chaturyam. So it is the Lord. He says he makes impossible possible. This is only for the Lord. He can only make the impossible possible. So then Lord here he is saying here, "Oh Arjuna, I am so. I'm that." Then there it was mentioned, you liked it or not? Yes, Lord is asking, "Oh Arjuna, but I told you liked it, or you understood is this what I am talking to you? But this is what I am. This is the Lord He is telling. That's why become my devotee." And the Lord is saying, that's why you become my devotee. No one else can do this other than the Lord. So that these are the opulences here the Lord is giving. Then it is today's verse. Today's verse is the example of the sky and the air. Another so nice example given by Lord, like the air pervades everywhere in the sky, but it is there and it is not there. So in this all the Panch Mahabhuta, the five elements, I think the air only is this which is always moving. It is always moving from. So it is there and it is not there. You cannot say it is here. Maybe next moment that air is moved from there. So this is how the example understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rests in me. So here the example is of sky and wind, and this is given. The Lord Sri Krishna is like a sky and air, all living entities. These are like by this we can understand that. So wind rests in sky and not also. How it is? Because it is there, but it is moving also. It is not in one place. So how it is? Wind moves everywhere in the sky. How you can say it is not there? So because it moves and goes away from that place. So sky is not holding. Sky is not holding. No, it is there, so I will hold. So although it is within the range of the sky, but is still that sky which is not holding that way. So it is moving. It is moving. So sky has no attachment in Vayu. No attachment. So it is said, what is Vayu is Nityam Vati iti Vayu. It is always moving. So that is called Vayu. It moves from one place. So always moving. So like sky is not attached to wind. Similarly, Lord is not attached to his manifested creation. Created is not even attached to that. So will we do anything like we are not attached to that and still we are doing that? In the material world, why we will do that if we are not attached to that? Even now, I think we are even practicing somehow or other by mercy of the Acharya. Still, we have some attachment for ourselves only. Like I will go out of this. Maybe the repetition of the birth and death. I will achieve this. Sometimes I will become a devotee where everybody will say Hari Bol or so many things. Right? So we not completely detached means completely detached, not attached. Even after practicing for so many years, we should meditate if still what attachment we have, what level of attachment, what attachment is we left, what is we are attached now, and which we are looking for. Sometimes we look, if I will do this seva and this seva, maybe this will be much appreciated, and maybe it is not, like a fully, like I want this purely in the service of the Vaishnavas or of the Lord, but maybe because of in this seva, I will be recognized more than the others. Maybe in a subtle way, because this is the subtlest thing will remain in us. So here it is like this quality is repeated here, like the Lord, it is he's not attached to his manifested creation. That's why they rest in Lord and not rest, because he is detached. So this is here it is mentioned. So so someone can argue here. It is said again, there can be argument. How is agatit? Gatit chaturyam means if sky can be seen detached from wind, then what is special? It means you are not beyond the logic. You are giving here the logic of the sky. So it means you are talking about yourself as a Lord, but you are giving example of the sky. Sky also has the same quality. So what is special in the Lord, which is even not seen in an example? Here the example is within us. That the sky has the same quality. The wind is there, but same time it is moving also, and it is not attached to that. So Lord said, I manifest this world, but I am not attached to that. So Lord, here my argument is this sky is also the same. So please tell something, like where we can say you are Lord and the sky is your creation, right? So this is what we have to further understand. So Lord Sri Krishna, he says sky is the material. Lord means sky, it is material, it is a jad, not a spirit. Another thing, it is a very important point coming again, like he's a like a material thing. Even the material thing detached from material, one matter is detached to another matter. Makes sense, right? This mobile is not attached to this stand. So very easy to understand, right? It cannot be, because both are matter. Both are matter. But here the question is, like Lord, he is a spirit. He is a vibhu, even not like we as a soul or a spirit, and there is a body. So there is an example of the soul in this body. So how many of us we can say I am detached from my body? Anyone? We are detached from our body. So this is how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur he is saying that here you understand that the one matter to another matter, what it makes means attached and detached. What is the big difference? But as a spirit, you're detached from something, is that, and that also which is you created and you are not attached. Like ourselves, if we do something, until and unless 3 Haribol is not there, then finished. At least minimum 3 Haribol should be there. Otherwise, we are attached to that. We are waiting for that. Like when the devotees will say Haribol. So here the Lord is detached. So this is the difference here. It is mentioned. So not attached here, but how conscious element can be detached. So example, if one is spirit or conscious residing in the body and are not attached to the body, this is how we have to relate it. We can relate it. And if we relate it with ourselves, are we not attached to this body or anything of which we, in our illusion, we think it is mine, it belongs to me. So if we relate that way, then we can understand it is something which is beyond ourselves. The Lord, he created the whole creation, and even not attached. He is Atma. He is Swarat. He is Abhigya. Atma, that is Atma Ramasya and Atma Ram. It is so many places. It is the Lord's quality. He is Atmaram. He is self-satisfied. So here again it is but Lord is supremely conscious, but is still not attached to living entities. This is astonishing. It is a chamatkar. So, and this is which cannot be debatable. It cannot be debated. We cannot understand. Again, there are something which we try to understand it with the logics and that all. It is because it is achintya khalu ye bhava, natans tarkena yoje. These are the qualities of the Lord which can be understood by the practice, by the surrender, by the devotion, cannot be by the arguments. If we argue on this by so many ways, maybe we can defeat other by our arguments, but we cannot conceive anything or realize anything. We want to realize in a Mahabharata, it is said that achintya khalu ye bhava na tas tarkena yoje prakriti param yasya achintasya lakshana. So this is the difference between the matter and the spirit, between the spiritual subjects and the material world. Achintya means which is beyond our our mind can conceive that. Achintya kaliyava na tas tarkena yoje, which cannot be understood by the discussions. It cannot be by the norm. It will come by the mercy of the Lord, and the mercy of the Lord can be attracted if we practice the pure devotional service. Then only ye yatha mam prapadante tas tathav bhajamya. It will come to that ratio. The proportionately how much you are surrendering, that much he will reveal, not more, not less. Because he wants your surrender. He wants to see your surrender. It is something which the Lord he gives himself to his devotee. So this is only the thing which he keeps so much with him. Everything else he will give to very easily. He created everything and given, and he is not attached. But to give his pure devotional service, even to gopis also he tested gopis, who are the pure devotees. Lord tested them when he was in a rasa dance and suddenly he disappeared. Because there a small fraction of thought came in Gopi's mind. Now he is in our control. See, he is dancing with the soul. Right? The Lord understood. He just disappeared, and they were just running everywhere. So he tested there. He tested the Brahman Patnis, where they came with all the offerings and that all. Said, you have to go back. You have the families. You have that. And they were convinced. They went back. Then Lord wanted to test the gopis. They said, we left everything. Pati sutanavaya, bhratir bandhavan, ati vilangyate, anti achyuta gata, gati vidas tavod geet mohita, kitav yositaha prasteje nisi. You are a cheater. Yosita means we are the women. We came in a deep night to you, and now you are just saying, go from here. For that we came. So when the gopis, they were passed in the test given, by the Lord, then only he accepted. So this test will be in a pure devotional service. Every step, this test Lord will give, and then only he will accept you. He will not simply accept like that. So here we have to understand that. So sorry, 5 minutes. So this is how this cannot be understood by the debate. Here, this is from the Acharya. It is the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. These cannot be understood by the debate. So if nothing of this world can be compared with the Lord, then why there is example of the sky? So this question may come that if nothing can be compared, then this example, why it is there, then here Acharya Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying because our Loka Buddhi, because we can understand something with some example which we experience, which is within the range of our experience. We can relate that. So if he will not give this example, we may not understand because it is beyond our capacity. So he is giving this example because our Lok Buddhi, with our material intelligence, we cannot understand Supreme Lord. Still, scriptures tries to produce Shraddha in us for performing sadhana. So to create that Shraddha in us, so they are giving these examples, these opulences of the Lord. He is trying to make us understand through these examples. So some Shraddha may, begin in us. So that's why the subject may enter in our material intelligence. Material example is given. It is because of us. It is not the Lord is really means like we can compare. It is said even they say like the Lord Sri Ram, he is that Gambhir like a deep ocean. But then the Acharya they says the fraction of that depth of the ocean, whatever the depth of the ocean, it is a fraction of that the nature that Gambhir. What do we say for that in English? Gambhir means serious. Gravity, yeah. The gravity of that, the Lord Sri Ram. If we are comparing with the depth of that ocean, it is a fraction of that. Whatever we gives the any example, it is a fraction of Lord's that quality. There is no comparison. Actually. There is no comparison, but some example has to be there in front of us, which we can then relate it, and then if really we accept that, then we have to surrender. Then the next comes ourselves. So we have to then surrender. So it is here. So for this example is given because we are not qualified. Because we are not qualified, then the example should be of within our range. So that's why this example is given. So we are tiny like a kesagra satbhagasya satata api kalpatasya bhago jivaha sabhigya iti chaha parashruti. Like all the scriptures, revealed scriptures, all the parashruti, means all the even the Vedas, Upanishads, they establish that the jiva, how the jiva is a balagra sadbhagasya. If we have to take a tip of our hair, divide it in 100, take another that one part, and again divide it in 100, that we are. So for us to understand this without the mercy of the Lord, it is impossible. So then also we want to challenge the Lord. We are Balagra Sadbhagasya means if you divide that tip in 100, then again 1 to another 100, that we are, and we are always ready to challenge. We are sitting like where we will see some point and we will raise hand and we will say, Prabhu, there, why the Lord says that? Why this? Always still we think. So this is our another we have to understand. We have to learn to progress, not in a tendency of we are something. We are so tiny, so we have to surrender ourselves. So this is we have so much of this mithya ankara. This is in us. So we have nothing of ours, and here they are saying we are in a rented house. This body is like a rented house. We are in that, but still, let's say like I am everything. It's like I am everything. It's, everything is around me. For us, everything is around me. So like we can see means like here in Kuwait, I think all of us we are staying in a rented house only. Anyone here who has their own villa or any property? we don't have, right? So this body is also rented. This is also given by the Lord. But how much of the ankara we have? How much? So this is our situation. But still we are filled of that only. Trying, but still those like it is these all the balance coming from so many lifetimes, and it is becoming like so much of the obstacle to us. Especially I am telling about myself. I feel that means like it is so difficult, becoming so difficult. So here, then what we have to do? Then what we have to do now, right? We have to do something or not? We have to do something. So here, then what we can do is pranadapi sunichena tarorapi saisnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. So again, I remember the verse given by uh, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He is saying that urdhva bhav kari kahu suno sarvalo नाम सूत्रे गांठी परे कंठे ये श्लोक. ऊर्ध्व भाव करी. I am raising my hands and telling to everyone. ऊर्ध्व भाव करी कहूं सुनो सर्वलोक. Here everyone you have to hear this. नाम सूत्रे गांठी. Just like we are wearing this kanthi mala, write this verse and put in your neck all the times. And नाम सूत्रे गांठी परी कंठे ये श्लोक. Always wear this verse in your neck bead, which is that verse Pranadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Saishna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada. So I have still some notes. Like always, there will be something remember to balance. So here the time is over now. So I will stop here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Do we have any questions on today's topic? Yes.
Prabhuji mentioned about Bhakti life. So in Bhakti life also we have this desire of appreciation. You give example of 3 times Hari Bol. So Prabhuji, please enlighten how to overcome this.
It is a two-way path. It is a two-way path. Devotees cannot stop, like thanking the devotees who are doing service, right? It is our duty. Otherwise, what we will do if some Vaishnavas they are serving and we will not thank them, then there is no point, right, Prabhuji? But how we accept it? Like again, we remember the teaching which Atul Krishna Prabhuji he was trying to tell us. What the example he has given, Prabhuji?
Donkey.
So we should remember that example. One devotee, Murli Mukund Prabhu, he was here. Now he is in Pune temple, Brahmachari. So he told once me the example of, he said, if you put a hot potato in your hand, how long you can hold it? You have to release it. So this when the devotees, they will appreciate whatever it is their mood, if sincerely they are appreciating that all. But how we have to take it? We have to release it in a lotus feet of our spiritual master, the Acharyas and Lord. And after that, we have to forget it. Once you offered it and you remember again, then you are giving and you are again taking. Like small children, right, Prabhuji? Remember, we can see the small children, they will say, you take it, right, Prabhuji? And after 2 minutes, they will come back and they will tell, no, give me. So we should not become like that. Like once the devotees, definitely they will do that. We have to offer it to the acharyas. Otherwise, what qualification we have to even speak a single word? Single word. I don't think I have a qualification even to say a single word if the acharya's teaching is not there. So who's supposed to be glorified? The acharyas, right? So the devotees, whenever they say, then if we don't know that, then it may come to us like it is me. So that is what probably I was trying to say. But I'm sorry if it is I did in a wrong manner or whatever. But that was my.
Actually, what you explained very nicely here. Yeah, hearing comes when you give the example what to give. Immediately that example comes from. That will be the same. And I am asked this question for me because this tendency is not going easily.
Not in you, bro, but it is in me.
Just trying to take that.
Any other question? Like to ask. So, this is the most common topic when it comes to us struggling when it comes about our false ego. You rightly mentioned that sometimes devotees don't appreciate you, recognize you. You really feel hollow. Just want to clarify. Since we are in two different dual kind of association. In the morning, we have an association in the office where recognition is a part of the whole and soul activity. And when it comes to home and when we associate with devotees, we have a complete different opposite. So how do we do this? How do we balance this? Because when it comes to material activities, the attachments of recognition and attachments of you being moving forward is at most important. You cannot be humble saying that. And when it comes to devotees association, of course, you have to be very, very humble, otherwise you cannot progress. And our Shastras say that we have heard so many times from so many elevated souls that it's our responsibility to make sure that as humble as we can, the more we grow in devotion. So if you can just kindly enlighten us, because what happens is from here we really hear this and we have the mindset that no, we don't need any recognition. And you narrated a nice words from Krishna. But when you do this, you get rampant up. Thank you.
I will again request Prabhu also to add something. I will try. And if something is
So
done,
this is very practical.
Yes,
I'm sure
so
each one of us must be experiencing this type.
So the first thing is Prabhu, what I was just thinking when you are asking the question. First thing we have to accept, like it is our misfortune, like we are trapped here. Right, Prabhuji? Like we are like Janiya Suniya Viskani. Right, Prabhuji? We know that this is all even we say like Lava Matra Sadhu Sangam. And the same way Lord Chaitanya, he is cautioning us, like example of Ajamila or any example is given there, even a fraction, Prabhuji, fraction of this the association, how it gives the impacts, but somehow it is our whatever the condition we are there. So we have to accept that, like it is it is really means something which is not favorable for me, right, Prabhuji? And knowing that, and whenever there is a chance, like again, our the whole devotional service, it is called a art, right? It is a color. It is not like our effort or anything. It is a art. So this is the art of like how we can balance between, because it is not actually there supposed to be there. We supposed to be practicing the pure devotional service, right, Prabhuji? As we are understanding, this supposed to be there for all of us. But somehow or other, we are now trapped. We are here. We are here. So here, what we can do is like Srila Prabhupada here has given the example of when you are right, be a lawyer. When you are with the devotee, become a mamna, means like this a sheep. So outside, if you go there and you even tell them I am a devotee, our camp devotees, they are facing this problem. The people, they will talk with them anything, and if they will say something, a small thing also, they will say, you are a devotee, how you are telling this, how it is coming from. So they have license, but we cannot even speak also a small thing. This material world is like that. So here we should be like Srila Prabhupada many times he said tit for tat. That is Srila Prabhupada. You must have heard many of the Srila Prabhupada lectures. He quoted that many times. Tit for that means where this material. But with the devotees, as you said, there is no chance where if all are Prabhus, they are Prabhu always, not in a dream also, we cannot think of like they are not Prabhu. So here it is we have. And somehow until we are trapped here, we have to try to balance in a best of our capacity. That is what we can do. We can do. And there is a strength of our association, such a nice association. For us, Roji, like even in a workplace also, our association mentally is not with them. We work, but it is we are not really means that attached. No, I want to spend some more time with. I want to just involve in some discussion with any of my colleague on some matter. It is not there. It is not there. It is like again Srila Prabhupada is given the example of being with everyone, but not like influenced by their like the thought process, whatever they do. Still, you are not in their association. Being with them, not like influenced. If you're not influenced by that, and you remember always, and you know that morning what you did, you came by serving the Lord. Evening you are going to meet the devotees. You have some seva and that all. And here, what is the big thing? What is the big thing of working sometimes and just, like here detached? So this detachment we can today's these verses which we heard, we can practice that. This is what I am thinking. I will request Prabhuji to please add.
I think the other also mentioned one of the that in terms to work, somehow manage it. Somehow manage it and the other focus. And also, sometimes a dual personality.
Don't mention get traffic.
So Prabhupada also mentioned